How's it going, everybody? Ashnik, I'm here to bring you another One Piece review slash theory video. Today we have ourselves a I can see so much better with this view. We have ourselves chapter 1133 titled Praise Me. Okay? And let's just jump right into it. So we start off with the cover page of Yamato still, and this time we get to see the guy that was there at that first village that Luffy came across, the guy with the lion on his fucking belt. Also we see horse lady on the floor basically asking for help, and then also Otama is taken hostage, and then we see here that Yamato is on the defensive trying to protect and save Otama. And right here we see the guy's name is Hold'em. He attacks, drops all your he says drop all your belongings. Only child Yamato's golden Inari pilgrimage. And again, she's trying to get the sword back, which this guy has in his hand. But as we've seen, the beast pirates seem to be the main stopping force for Yamato throughout this whole cover story. So we'll have to definitely, pay more close attention to these people. But first obstacle that she has to actually definitively come across. So moving on from that, we get ourselves a sad flashback. 22 years ago, Ohara. The Ohara tragedy still sends chills down my spine. The evacuation ships that carried innocent citizens suddenly blew up and was swallowed in flames. Those terrible screams I heard in that fire will never stop echoing in my ears. And I do believe this is supposed to be God, what is his name? The guy with the mask. I think it's supposed to be his father, if I'm not mistaken. Was that also Nico Robin's doing? So she even sank marine ships? So this guy is basically implicating that, Nico Robin was the main mastermind that even was able to sink fucking marine ships, right? It's like, no. And then, you see him here. That damn demon disguised as a kid. It's like, nah, dude, you're putting way too much on a fucking 8-year-old. Like, they didn't deserve that. Do not let the world know about this incident. It's so brutal that it may traumatize children if they were to hear about this. You see her, do not engage. If you see her, do not engage. Just report it right away. Huh? The culprit who committed all those crimes on the island? I found her! She has the eyes of a murderer! And then we see here just constant sobbing, unfortunately. And then another image of her with a dog just eating scraps. One with a bounty, and then one with a bunch of people being basically ill intent. She has the brains of a scholar, but she has no human emotion. Look at that bounty. Grab your guns and fire on sight. Do not be fooled by her young appearance. There's no need for mercy. Waha! She's able to use strange abilities. Hurry and catch her. I can't sleep in peace. I wish she would hurry up and die. Marines, put an end to this quick. She's the enemy of the world. And then you just see her basically twitching. And then an image of her basically about to commit, to jumping off the cliff. And you see her just gulp, like swallowing, huff, huff. And then a flashback of Olvia just saying, Robin, live! And she's in tears. The poor little girl is just sad, and it's unfortunate that she has to be put through this whole fucking scenario. And then we get another flashback of Soul. Listen carefully, Robin. Someday, without a doubt, you will meet friends. But Soul, I'm scared. Everyone's scary. When things are painful, listen to me and laugh like this. It's gone. Hey, are you? Dear she. Let's go. I heard she was stealing and killing people for their money. And then she even drew a hypothetical, quote unquote, map portion of where O'Hara should be on the world map. And it's just unfortunate on how much she had to endure. She'll use her childlike appearance and then kill you in your sleep. Yikes, that's insane. Hurry up and die. Damn it, shitty brat, just go die somewhere. Disappear. And then meanwhile, the whole time she's just crying. Dear she. Dear she. Dear she. And then finally we cut to modern day, which, it's just quite a juxtaposition from that flashback, because it is pretty sad to just see what Robin has gone through throughout the whole time that she had to survive, up until she met the Straw Hats. Continuing on to present day, New World, Elbaf. A port on the tree. Is it the sea of? Is it the sea? Is it clouds? Arriving at port, I think, says Dory. This is the West Village port. It's ocean clouds. Welcome back, captains. We were worried because you were late. And then we see Brooke, Robin, Frankie, Lilith, Bonnie, Jinbei. I feel like my head's not working. Everything are extraordinary. It's majestic. Woohoo! And then we got Groggy. Here comes the others. And then we see Luffy and Usopp joining in. Wowee! Look, this is amazing. And then we see Bonnie and Robin. Yeah, this is... wow, what's that? And then we see the Straw Hats and then some other people commenting from Hiruden. Straw Hat, Usoland, and you guys too. You made it to Elbaf. We get another bit from Nami and Robin. Robin, just as I thought, you changed your hair. And, she goes, Fufu. You seem to have gotten adjusted to Elbaf, says Robin. And then, surprisingly to some people, is the fact that Luffy actually remembers Hiruden's name. It's been a while, Hiruden. And then he even comments on him basically being an Emperor of the Sea. I heard of your breakthrough. You're a Yonko now. That's our boss. I'll introduce them to you properly later, but the four of us are the new giant warrior pirates, your subordinates. And then you see Roto in the back saying, it's 5, even though he's kind of like crucified. That's his fault. Nice to meet you. I told you I don't need subordinates. It's okay. I'm doing it because I want to. Digigaga. And then we actually see a ship flying in, or them flying in on a ship that I guess basically works on clouds. That's Zval. Zval? I'm gonna say Zval. Mist ship. It's a ship that moves using the buoyancy of island clouds. That's amazing. Some kingdom this is. And then it says the climate within Elbaf Island is perfect. Island clouds, ocean clouds, bubble rainbow, and hover. All these technologies can coexist together, says Lilith. So again, we kind of get another key point in how special Elbaf is, that we have connecting points from Skypiea, Witheria, Sabaody, Fishman Island, all these other points where, they had unique ecosystems, and seemingly Elbaf is able to house them without, trouble. Granted, you also have the fact that the main tree within here is the Atom Tree, and in Sabaody, or I should say in Fishman, it was the Eve Tree. Eve, the Sun Eve tree. And as we continue on reading on through, when Big Mom's defeat at Wano made the news, even though the people here don't know much about the outside world, they all got excited. Big Mom? And then you even see the fact that Gerd does have relations, and if you were to go back to the flashback and chapters that we saw of Big Mom and her childhood when she was on Elbath, yes, she definitely had a relationship with Gerd, Hiriden, and a few others. But here we see that even Gerd kind of has some like painful memories of it, because she's probably still in a crossroads of how she feels, whether she's upset or if she's okay with her passing. If Big Mom is actually dead, who knows? Lin was my friend once, but she did something Elbath considers unforgivable, and question mark explanation point there. Seemingly we see the next point. Southwest from the West Village. I'm fine. Going along though. No way, I really want to see. I'm curious too. I want to look around. Same here. Like we basically see everybody's kind of like, wanting to do something different. Oh, Hiriden, leave the stories until after the toast. Food and drinks first. We've prepared a mountain of it. Our mountain size. Let's go in the tavern. And then we see Usopp and Luffy. Woo! Food! I'm hungry. I got too excited and I'm also need a recharge. Hey, Luffy. Continuing on. Saul Sensei wanted to show Robin-chan the library. Thank you for taking us there, Gerd. So we're gonna go to school down there. It's fine because that place is a bit far. Listen, Robin, as a captain, I have to give my greetings to the people who had taken care of my crew. What? You remember that? It's the right thing to do, and the fact that Luffy remembers any of this is wonderful because it shows how much he cares about Robin and all this other stuff that's taking place. Dory and Groggy and Hiriden, here we are. Is that so? I see. Then we could toast later on. Bring Saul here too. We'll have the elk prepared in the meanwhile. You can take your time. Continuing on. So, even warriors study hard, do they? Says Usopp. Saul mainly teaches history lessons and discusses various books. As we move forward with the rest of this, we see what has gone on. That's the warrior spring on his shore. It's the Owl Library, a spring that looks more like a beach. It's a beach formed of parts of the tree that was fossilized and worn down by weather. I guess you would say weathering. There's no ebb and flow, but because of the waterfall, there are waves that were formed. And as we see, it's basically the sea. All right, let's go see him and take Saul back to the tavern. Hold on, says Nami. This is Robin's reunion. My heart is pounding, says Robin, and she's obviously a little bit anxious with the whole situation. And then we see someone else approach. Oh, stop. Help, it's Saul Sensei. He can't get up. And then we see someone stop. Oh, come on. We went all this way to see him. Luffy's a little upset. Sanji over here saying, it's a reunion with her benefactor. After 22 years, and he fell down. Chopper says, I'm a doctor. I can examine him. So where is he? Usopp's over here saying, get him healed properly, Chopper. It's all up to you. And then another person, one of the giants, going on and saying, over there, he suddenly fell down. All explanation points, and then even Robin, she's kind of over here just, foo. How stupid. And she's looking, and it seems like probably Chopper. Oi, calling a patient stupid is, and then, we see Robin say, it's alright, I'll go alone. All of you just stay here. And she walks on her own. Gerd and one of the other giants. But Robin? I got all nervous for nothing, says Robin. And as we look, we see Saul just laying there in the beach. And as Robin gets closer, she steps. Saul, eyes closed, senses her presence probably by hearing the footsteps stop. And he goes, and then Robin just staring there, reactionless. Foo, foo. There's she. Are you surprised? No, not surprised, huh? And then he gets a flashback of seeing young Robin and Robin now, as she is older. Robin, there's she. Sorry, I didn't know. How should I present myself to you, to meet you? You're not a kid anymore, aren't you? And she goes, oh, foo. That weird laugh of yours still hasn't changed. And then he goes on explaining, there's she. Yeah, it's still the same silly old laugh. Here, let me see your face. My, you've become so beautiful. You remind me of Olvia. You look just like her, and even her, huh? So, former Marine Vice Admiral, Robin's benefactor. And then she's got a little bit of a blushing face going, mother? And then as we see a little bit of a flashback from Ohara and Olvia. We can't give up on the future that you will live on in. You will understand someday. And then we see Sol. Did you hear Vegapunk's broadcast, Robin? Since I was on the scene, I didn't hear much of it, but what he said was reported in papers. I see. And then we see Vegapunk's message, a little bit of it. History is told by the winners. And then we get a little bit told by Sol. That was what the words left by Ohara. It shouldn't have been buried in history and disappeared without ever reaching anyone. But the voices of Ohara scholars was heard. Vegapunk is a scientist. He didn't try to lecture about good and evil. But he still risked his life to say it. Ohara and Vegapunk made a huge step forward. I'm sure it will change the future. And then Robin goes, yes. And you too, says Robin. Sure. Does it hurt? As Robin explains, looking at his scars. There she. I was surprised by my own survivability. When I came to, I was somehow drowning in the sea. It seems that the fire from the island melted the ice and I fell into the sea. I only found out a little later that you had survived. They said horrible things about you. It really makes me angry. And as we see that she's kind of giving a face of content as to knowing that, Sol is upset that, nobody is really defending her. She goes on saying, let's not talk about the depressing things. Hey Sol, I want you to praise me for being alive. There's she. Yes, of course, a child like you being chased all over the world. Oof. And then we get a big hug from her and Sol. You lived well, Robin. 22 years. You really lived well. And now, you're here to see me. And she's just hugging him. So happy to actually see someone from her childhood that, was basically her first friend. And she goes on from one of the flashbacks that she had. Why do I have to live? Mother, Professor, Sol. And she, and that flashback, she was going on saying, I want to die. I want to die. And now, and now you're here to see me. And she's very happy. You get to see one of the, I guess you could say, precursors to what we're going to get probably with Laboon and Brook when they finally meet. But, we see here Robin and Sol just in tears. I really wanted to see you again, Sol. And she's crying, she's in tears, and even him, there's she. Me too. And this is probably one of the best moments of this. We have a moment of reprise before we have the shit hit the fan. But it's nice to see Robin finally being able to connect with someone that helped her, mentored her, and told her to continue on when everything else was falling apart. And, everybody in tears. Usopp, Chopper, Nami, Sanji, Frankie, the few people you probably don't see that are in tears. and probably just smiling and happy is Luffy, Jinbei, Zoro, and that's it. But obviously you can see Luffy's face right there, just super happy that this worked out. He's like, hell yeah. A moving Tier 4 reunion color spread in the next issue, so that will be nice to see. The color version also broke there in tears, but hey, the fact that we weren't even gonna get an Elbaf arc, and Oda still changed his mind, said, you know what, we're gonna do it, and we're able to get a impactful, very sentimental scene that adds more weight to Enies Lobby, Water 7, with Robin, is like beautiful. So, with that being said, let me know down in the comments below how y'all felt about this chapter. Probably one of the best emotional beats and good beginnings, because after this, I do believe we're gonna have stuff start hitting the fan. No, this is gonna be the chapter just before the end of the year, so there's a lot of stuff that Oda can leave for us, right? We still have to see if Luffy will go through with releasing Loki, right? With the trying to find the key in the village. We still got to see if there is anything more that can be explained from Saul's point of view, right? And last but not least, any other backstory that has to deal with Big Mom, because some people were pointing out in the I guess you could say Facebook, Reddit, other forums and stuff like that, was that you could see the tower that was in Big Mom's flashback in what we saw recently. It's just like, oh look, that might be from Big Mom's flashback, so we might be able to see some more and learn more about what happened to her. But it's like, she was name dropped, so I do think we are going to get more visitation of Big Mom's flashback, and maybe Kid possibly being alive, because he was one of the key people that did take out Big Mom aside from Law. It's like, maybe the Giants would be appreciative of that, even though Shanks did fucking murder him, or tried to murder him and drown him. Maybe the Giants one of them saw, hey, this guy, he actually killed he was one of the people that took down Big Mom. Go ahead, save him real quick, and we'll allow him to live, because he did take down one of our adversaries. Like, who knows? But that's just a theory, So, with that being said, let me know down below what you guys think. Sorry if I rambled on a little bit too long. It's just, hey, the art of the gab is within me. I rant a little bit too much, a lot to say, and maybe I get a little carried away. But with that being said, yeah, this was very hard-hitting moment, very nice, and I would say paid off so much because we didn't expect it. And I'm glad Oda took a whole chapter to just, here's the whole resolution with Robin and Saul. And with that being said, I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good evening, good night, and good morning. We will see you in another one. Bye.